But I reached out and he got back and we'll figure something out this afternoon.
Sweet.
I think, I took.
Ian, what's up?
EXP.
Hey, Bonnie.
And if you're not much.
He's
there's
shorter.
no way to get something looked up.
Too much.
Well, you guys not gonna get anything out of the group, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, now look at Mark. Oh, you guys can't see it. I gotta move this up here. Look at this cowboy hat. I love it.
Oh,
Love the hat, Mark.
I was thinking, thank gosh, that wasn't.
Thanks.
fun. I was like, why is it?
I gotta put you up on the monitor so I can share.
I was thinking Mark better have more than 400,000.
Check it out. Doesn't our group look like movie stars?
Yes, they do.
Well, Mark is legit. Like,
Perfect.
yeah, happy birthday, Shelley. I don't know if you can hear us.
Audio,
Yeah.
where'd they go?
Hey, what a good looking couple.
Doctors, I know you didn't have merchandising.
He said, he just ran out of his credit, something. We were just trying to figure out screen share stuff.
I thought that was one of the rights groups. People,
Yeah.
Like there.
Yeah, yeah. Kylie, good to see you. We're here, we're ready to get going. Jared just ran out to the car to get something. We'll introduce him here in a second. Let's see. I saw your projects you got going in the backyard on social media.
Yeah.
You're ambitious.
Yeah, too ambitious.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit, what have I started?
That might well like your backyard,
Well, it's at least it's covered in snow right now. Finally,
much smaller.
yeah. I
You
can't
should
wait.
have taken a picture with a shovel, then it makes it look like you did all that work. I can still do that. Yeah. I'll dip it in the concrete.
Right? Spray some water on your forehead, get all sweaty and working it. So I can turn down my dance music.
I'm digging it.
I do dig it.
Mark, you man, he looks
know.
good.
I know.
Be on bonanza. Bonanza. That really did.
Well, hey, Mark, what do they call it? Your,
The new one.
you have like a book when you're trying to get commercials and movies and stuff. What's that called?
No, geez, but it's called Jim. Or
No,
it's the same
your-
idea, but it's just called something different.
That shows like work you've done
Yeah.
and stuff like
It's a
that.
new one.
Take a rest. Yeah.
Portfolio? Just the portfolio, I thought it was something more sexier than that.
Day, you know?
Portfolio, it's just called a portfolio, huh?
Huh, you guys want to go get the camera?
Or a reel.
Cool. Is it Zoom?
Nice, nice.
That's quick.
Everybody, that's Jared. He's our presenter today.
Hey
Hold
guys.
this monitor back down here. All right, guys, I can hear Mark when he was talking. I'm assuming everybody can hear me because I asked questions, so. It's, we're already 11, right? 11:03. Let's get going. Other people could just have to show up late. We are recording this, so. And we have a slide deck to share. So I'm meeting Jared for the first time, but I love it when there's a connection with somebody on our team, right? So Maylee's used Jared for some shoots a couple of times. I liked the concept of it because he's a photographer. He does like home tours and property shoots and everything, but he's actually here to teach you how to do it yourself. So that's kind of cool. I really like that. This is what I do and I'm really freaking good at it, but I'll show you how to do it and make it look professional without paying me. So that's just offering value, putting good info out there. And I always love that. So Jared, and your last name, Jimenez?
Jimenez.
Jimenez,
Yeah.
Jimenez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should know that because it's not Jeff, it's Pepe.
Jimenez.
Jimenez, I love that, I love that. So Jared, come on up, introduce yourself a little bit more, your background, you know, why you're here, what you're gonna share with us, and while you're doing that, I'll kind of take care of sharing your screen
Cool.
and rip into it.
Sweet.
Come right up here, you're gonna, these are our people on Zoom, more will be jumping on because I've got more registrations.
Okay.
If I stand right here, you're good, and then I'll share that screen.
And then I can use this.
Yep,
speaker, right?
yep.
Okay, cool. What's up, guys? So it's kind of weird because I've never had to Zoom right in front of me.
Well, don't, it's easier to just talk to us, and they'll just see.
Normally it seems like off to the side, so this.
Cool. So what's up, guys? My name is Jared Jimenez. We've talked on Facebook. You said, right? So maybe I've talked to a couple of you guys. Pretty much like Jeff said, what I'm here to do today is show you. Because I know as an agent, you live very fast paced, the industry is very fast paced, and so sometimes you don't have the time to wait for the photographer, maybe your photographer's booked, whatever the case may be. So that's what we're gonna go over right now. I want to give you guys some tips, a little bit of insight. I've been a freelance filmmaker for, I think about 7 years now. So before I did my real estate company, I was doing social media content. And so now doing my real estate company, I'm merging the two worlds together. We're doing short format video combined with good photos. That way,
So freelance film, like movies, short.
I wish. No, it's,
Sorry, I'm just.
no, yeah, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask too.
Cause your glasses are really vibing.
Thank you.
I'm
They're-
like, you got the vibe.
I was thinking I need to upgrade.
Yeah, they're prescriptions.
Yeah, they're not.
So appreciate that. So with freelance filmmaking, what I would mainly do was social media content. So short format, a lot of it was like 15-20 second clips. A lot of like clothing brands, I do like local clothing brands, things of that nature, kind of just showing off what they have on them, right? So, but it was always short, very fast paced clips. I started back when like Instagram first introduced their like 60-second long videos. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
So that's my background. That's where I'm coming from. And so that's how we got here today. I think this presentation, do you guys have a clock in here by chance? So keep.
I can set one on the phone for you.
Continually.
Yeah, you need to take
The bottom corner.
There we go. I just want to keep track of time. This presentation might be a little bit shorter. I wanted to do a little activity with you guys, but we had some technical difficulties. So I have a loop around for that after this. Okay, so going into this, I want your guys' feedback on this question. For you guys in the past, because I'm assuming most of you guys at one point have worked with a photographer, what has been the most important reason for you guys to use a professional real estate media person, or just use professional real estate media in general? Consistency, it's more so in
Like aesthetically.
aesthetically.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I just what was the most important reason to use something?
Yeah, for you guys, what has been the most important reason to have professional media, real estate media?
I don't know how to do it.
You don't know how to do it. That's a good answer.
I think.
You had to hook somebody.
To hook somebody in.
Well, yeah, just get them to pause on this for just a minute. And then they can keep going.
Well, you want quality too, right? I mean, you hire somebody that has a nice high res camera to do your property shoots and everything, so it looks good, because if it's just using the iPhone, you know, pictures on, people scroll right past it, so if it's not like emotionally catching, it's like, wow, that's nice, then yeah, like Ian said, they're just gonna keep scrolling.
Right, so.
Somebody even take out the dog that's sitting on top of the bed. You know?
Yeah, the Photoshop aspect.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or the big utility box in the front yard.
For a nice guy.
Oh, yeah, nice guys.
Just make it black, dude.
Seriously, you're talking about a couple different things. You're talking about our listings. And you're also talking about our presentation as a real estate group. Because to me, consistency, like what she was saying, but also presentation. So if it looks like you're a professional, and people love to see what you're doing, but the nicer it looks, just the better it is.
Yeah.
And
Quality.
yeah,
Mhm.
like some people are just really, really good at it, and that's why it's your job. And others, they aren't, and you know, we respect that too, but
Well, I'm thinking about a couple lenders I know who they do their videos, like every week they do a video put out. One of them, it might be the same content, but his stuff just looks so professional because of just the way it's shot versus the other guy where it looks like it's done and, you know, like, what's going on in the background?
Yeah.
Because that's pretty interesting. What you're saying might not be as interesting.
Right.
Mhm.
These are like the best answers that I've ever heard. I've done a couple of these presentations and you guys gave really good answers.
Get more of them.
I was expecting to hear, so the room looks bigger. So, but I didn't get none of those answers. So
But you bring down
Yeah.
to the very corner.
I was expecting to hear to make the room look bigger. So those are good answers, but so here's the route that I want to take that.
Smart group.
He was really looking for a different answer, you're just making us look.
Maybe you guys, those were all good answers, but none of them were actually right.
But none of them were right.
Sometimes it times out. This should,
Oh,
you
yeah.
start it.
Let's see,
In his
in my opinion, my humble opinion, you know.
There we
Make
go.
the house look brighter.
Is this where we're going?
Yeah, that's where we're going, cool. So who recognizes this right here?
I know.
Who said they don't?
I have one, so.
Nice, there you go. Cool, so everybody knows Mercedes. Of course, right, they're a huge brand. What do you guys think about when you see their? What are some things that come to mind?
Higher end,
Yeah.
quality.
And high school. Her name is Faith, because it took Faith in general.
It's. That's cool, okay.
Actually, their part of the total and like scratch.
There you go,
That's how Mercedes are built.
there you go, that's a good one. Oh, thank you, Jeff. And
Customer
then-
service.
Customer service, I forgot there was a Zoom call. Good, thanks, guys. You guys can also.
You've got a
chime in
lot of
too.
other glaring eyes.
Yeah, you guys can chime in too whenever you
I
want.
forgot about you, so.
Yeah, that's right. Cool, any other
Money.
money? Yeah, personally, I think of luxury and I think of performance. That's at least my perspective on.
Yeah.
On.
We missed those answers, damn it.
Yeah, you missed those, man. No big deal. Okay, so. What Mercedes does, what every brand does, is they build their brand, because what they want to do. Is pretty much leave an imprint on your mind, right? So what Mercedes will do is not try and sell you a car. They'll try and sell you the lifestyle, just like Ferrari, Lamborghini, any of these high-end luxury brands. They're not selling you a car, they're selling you a lifestyle, they're selling you an experience. Just like you mentioned over there, you have faith in your car that if you got in an accident, you know. You'd be okay, hopefully. That's the big key of using professional media, making sure your stuff looks good. So all the answers that you guys gave were good answers, so they weren't wrong technically, but they were good answers.
Just not what I was looking for.
Just not 100% on there. They were very close, actually. You guys have gotten the closest.
We've gotten the closest.
You guys have gotten the closest, actually. So yes, kind of like consistency, right? But the reason is because you want to represent your service, you want to represent your buyers, the location that they're in. All of that is what you are representing through what you showcase. So branding is something that I had to learn on very early on in my career when I was a freelance videographer. All it really is your reputation. That's it. Branding is just your reputation. The same way if you walk into the office every day with cologne on, a decent smell of cologne, people are going to notice that, right? That's part of your branding. And so it's all those subtleties that will make what people think about you. Just like how you mentioned, when you look at somebody who pays for photo and video, you can notice it. You notice it compared to the next person, right? And so we're gonna go with that.
I think a really big one about what we're talking about is lifestyle. There are people that are super successful because they're representing a certain lifestyle, and that's why people will go with them in different ways.
Yeah, and so with the branding, it's also lifestyle, it's also experience. So you guys know this the best. If you give you guys a good customer experience, they will trust you, they will come back, and more importantly, they will refer people too. I'm sure you guys have heard the saying that it's cheaper to keep a client than it is to make one. This is where this kicks on. This is where this kicks in. Branding is like your passive, it's like your passive way of keeping a client and making a client without you being there. So, keeping that in mind, I'm going to show you guys how to make these, right? So you mentioned earlier, like if you hire somebody, they'll have a high-res camera, they'll have really sharp images. So I'm gonna help you out because I shot this on this phone and this gimbal. So not actually a professional camera. And specifically, this is for social media. This is for TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Reels. That way it'll fit the screen. The actual way it's edited is a little more fast-paced than the typical MLS videos that you guys see.
Yeah.
And so with that, like you guys have mentioned before, it's more captivating. Less boring. I've heard a lot of that. I think your wife mentioned that too. She's like, I don't like the regular MLS videos. So we're going to jump in on how to do those right there. This is the part where I ask all you guys, if you guys want to participate, to download CapCut, this app right here. It's a free, you already have it, nice. It's a free editing app, and then while you guys download that, I'll kind of go over this slide real quick. That's a free editing app. I have been using professional editing software for the last like 7 years, and when I found out about CapCut, I was a little pissed because they make it so easy to do everything. So it's a great app, especially because it's free. It also connects with TikTok, that way you can like directly transfer over stuff to TikTok. And apps like it when you play with their specific app. The second thing I highly recommend you get is a phone gimbal. I always recommend the DJI Osmos, which is this right here. I don't know what model this is specifically, but it's this right here. For what you pay for, you get a lot of value, especially because DJI makes a lot of professional grade equipment for videographers and photographers. And so what they do with these little phone gimbals is they take the same technology.
No, you're good. You're good.
They'll take the same technology as in their bigger equipment, and they'll just shrink it down into phone size. That's why I always go with DJI. They tend to have the best quality products. They last the longest too. So if you guys want to play along with this, you can. I'm pretty much gonna briefly go over step by step how it looks when you're gonna edit the videos to have those fast transitions. So if you guys, does everybody have CapCut open?
Is that the open page?
Yeah, yeah, you just want to hit the create new project, I think it says.
New project.
Yeah, create new project, import whatever video you want to try this with. And then I'll walk you guys through the steps, that way you guys know what to look for when you actually shoot a house.
Okay, I know I do a kind of shortcuts. I've done videos before when I do lives, but a lot of times I use TikTok, put pictures and create different things like that. But
Yeah.
you can't, if I created a video with just pictures, it's not the same.
If you created a video with just pictures, no, because you need the movement.
Yeah.
You need the movement of actually walking through a house, but you can still walk through the steps if you'd like to try it out. So that's one key aspect, is you do need the movement of actually walking through the house. Either moving forward, side to side, up and down, whatever it is, but you need a little bit of movement in there, that way you can get that effect. So once you have that brought in, any tester clip you want to do, hit down here on the bottom. Well, first you want to click that. Oh, the actual video, and you want to click down here where it says speed. You're also welcome to take photos of this page for later.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll click down here where it says speed. And then you'll have two options. They'll say normal or curve. You'll want to hit curve.
You circled it because you don't want to hit curve.
Yeah, no, that you do want to hit curve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah, whatever circle you would do,
Okay.
yeah. So hit curve, then you want to hit custom.
Hey guys, I'm starting a new
Well,
project.
I've got to turn down the volume.
You'll want to hit custom. There's pre-made options as well that you guys can play with if you like. You guys can also adjust those too. But generally speaking, I would do custom.
What did I have to click before I see those down there?
So just click on the actual like video time.
Oh, click on the.
Yeah. And then down at the bottom left, you'll see a speed. And then you'll hit curve. And then you'll hit custom right there. Once you do that, you should get this final page. It won't look like that. It'll look like just a flat line with a couple dots on it. What that will do when you adjust the dots up or down, the dots are referred to as beats. What you do when you adjust the beats up or down is it'll change the actual speed of the clip at that part of the video.
I got a question. This is
Go ahead.
similar to TikTok where you can like just put a bunch in a row.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
so TikTok and CapCut actually work together. So if
Okay.
you use TikTok, you'll start noticing some things on CapCut look similar to TikTok.
Okay.
The way they actually look, they've transferred some of it over there. But yeah, you can put as many as
Well, I
you
can
want.
get a video from there.
Yeah,
Yes.
you might be able to actually import from TikTok to CapCut, I
Yeah.
believe.
Hey Jerry, look at my phone. So I clicked on the.
edit right there.
Oh, I gotta click one more time. Edit.
Yeah, hit edit one more time. There you go.
Okay.
Cool, and then you get that flat line. Yeah, so what those do is it adjusts.
So after custom, click edit.
Yeah, custom, and then, yeah, you want to hit it one more time, that part gets a little confusing sometimes.
Okay.
What those heartbeats do, what those beats do, not heartbeats, sorry. Is it adjusts the time, the speed of the video at where it's at. The general shape that you can mimic, that I do, is this 3-beat setup. Where you have your first beat, which works as your start. Your end beat, which works as your ending, and your middle beat, which works as what you're gonna drag up and down to adjust the time. How fast you want it, how slow you want it. It doesn't have to look exactly like this, so don't worry if it doesn't. That's just kind of the formula I use. And so you'll want to speed up in the dead areas of the house. If you're going through hallways, if you're, turning the camera to the next room, you want to speed that up. So that will be pretty much, let's say you're going through a hallway that you want to speed through, that's going to be this area right here where the beat's higher.
Do I have what you have? Or do I have the wrong thing?
Is this on TikTok?
No, this is.
Oh, this is CapCut?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
So-
So you want to click that.
Oh,
Okay.
and then-
And then you have speed right down there.
Okay,
I didn't get outside.
speed, then curve, then custom,
Big
right?
custom, yeah, and then you want to hit the same button one more time. Yep, edit.
Oh,
Yep, and then it open, I don't believe this feature's on TikTok though, so you'd have to,
no,
yeah.
I've
go-
never seen this.
Yeah, CapCut has a lot more than what they offer on TikTok.
Uh-huh.
TikTok just has the basics.
Yeah,
So are you wanting to move the video to this part, you wanna speed up and then lift that dot up?
Yeah, so. This part of the timeline on the left is the beginning of the video, on the right is the very end of the video. So if you drag the dots up, it'll speed up that section. If you drag them down, it'll slow them down. So whatever part you want sped up is pretty much, you want to make sure that there is a beat hovering
So
above
you
it.
can move them side to side. too.
Yeah,
I
side
don't
to
think how
side.
to do that. You have to just play and then figure out where it is on this line in order to move it up.
So what you can do is play, hit the play button. This white line will be like your cursor. It'll tell you where in the video you're at.
Okay,
And so if you're like, okay, this is a section where I want my speeding up to start. Hit the add beat. You can do it while it's playing, or you can pause it with the pause button right up here.
oh, cool.
So it'll add a beat right where you are in your.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right where that white line is, that's your cursor. And you can also move it around depending where you put your finger on the.
So if you're doing a video with you on it. You can say what you're saying, add a beat right at the end of it, speed through the hall, drop a beat.
Speed through the hall, drop the beat, yeah. The first beat is your endpoint where you want it to start speeding up. The third beat is, or sorry, your first beat is your start point where you want it to start speeding up. Your third beat is your endpoint where you want it to stop and go back to normal. And then you'll put one in the middle so that you can drag it the actual line up.
So I thought I did it right. I clicked
Yeah.
that, but then it's not going up. What am I?
So then you can just drag up if you want to put
Oh.
your finger on it and
Oh,
drag
yes,
up.
literally just up to the.
Yeah,
to-
it's kind of a weird concept.
Okay, so up to the dotted line. Is that what you do?
Anywhere.
Oh, because then as you're watching it in the screen, you see how it goes fast or slow.
And the higher you drag it up, it goes faster.
The faster it goes.
The lower you drop it, slower.
Slower it goes.
So I could have done that video I did yesterday where I talked, and then I could have walked around the entire project, I showed little things.
Angles.
And then sped it up, slowed it down throughout. And kept it all in a small time frame.
Yeah.
You still
So
can.
I already know you'll be doing it. He's.
Like, I did an open house where I had a super long driveway and I wanted to do that. So I got really creative and I did like I did a picture and then I put it on time.
Sweet, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, the time, like the fast speed time thing.
Time lapse?
Time lapse. And I ran down the driveway. But this.
That's the manual way of doing this. Creative. That's good.
It's a really long driveway.
That is a good way to do it, actually.
But this is.
This is an option if you want to speed up specific sections, slow down in certain areas to show off whatever.
Oh, slow down is just going down.
Yeah. Yep, and then right in the middle is like regular speed, pretty much. So it's a weird concept to grasp if you never used it before. But play with it, and the more you play with
Just
it, the
did it
more
my
it
first time.
There you go.
That's freaking sweet.
Yeah, and so that's how we end up with. This, sped up.
Yes.
Down.
Who wants to go try this? That's awesome.
Yeah, so at your next house, you can actually give this a shot right here.
And then you can come do the professional pictures.
Yeah, and then if you want professional photos, I'll be around. So all that slow down and then I speed up this little section.
Do you do drone work too?
I do.
And you're using the gimbal on this to make sure it's nice and smooth.
Yes, so this,
Oh,
the,
okay.
the editing is going to change your videos, just that alone will change your videos. But the next biggest thing, honestly, I would say the first thing you should get is a gimbal like this. Steady video will make the difference.
Yeah.
That's what will really change your video. Besides the editing.
It's like having shocks.
We don't get all the
It's
foot.
like having shots.
You know, another reason, I was talking to Sydney yesterday and, she was talking to somebody that was helping her with some videos. And what a lot of agents do is they hold it, but when they're panning, it's not straight to the wall. They'll swing and they'll get a different angle where that keeps it straight to the wall too, automatically.
So-
And it changes the whole look.
So it follows your hand movement, right? If you guys have never used this will probably blow in your mind. This is probably blowing your mind. I've used these for like 7 years now, so it's normal.
Right now.
Do you use it just to hold your phone or do you actually use some of the features and the buttons? and
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
like
so
that?
that's another thing. That's another reason I like DJI is they have an app that comes with this to
Which is it?
record. Can't remember, maybe $100. I think the more expensive ones are like 150.
They're 160 on
Yeah.
Amazon, but you can get them refurbished for 127, or if you don't go with the latest one, Mobile 6, you can get down to a Mobile 2 for $60. And then you can also find them on Facebook Marketplace. There's a plethora of them out there.
There you go. Yeah. That's
So
what
the one that you, hey, the one that you have in your hands there, that's a Mobile 6.
I think that I don't remember. I've had this for years. I think it's a 3.
A 3.
I think
But
it's a
you're,
3.
but the other guy was recommending a Mobile 6, right? So if you were recommending which one to go buy, would it be a Mobile 6?
Depends on your budget. I believe these are roughly $100. The more newer ones are a little bit more expensive. So it really depends on how much you want to spend. The newer ones, the only difference is that they have different features. I know the newer ones have an extended head that you can use as a selfie stick. I think they have like they move a little bit differently, but they will all stabilize your video.
Yeah, I mean, the difference between 60 and 150, I mean, that's not going to break the bank. So if the 6 is the cool one and it's the one to buy, then that's what I'm looking for.
60 will get you everything you need.
Yeah.
If you want to spend more, you'll get additional features, but if you're just looking to just have something basic.
You've had this for years.
I've had this, I lost track, years, since maybe 5 years. now.
$90 for the version 3 on Amazon.
$90. Cool, so it's gone down. Yeah, so this is a great option. You can also, there's a little joystick on here to control the angle, so if you do want to move up and down, you can. do it
Oh,
smooth.
sweet. That's cool.
Yeah, side to side, they have a record button, so you don't have to press on your phone. You can zoom on the side here, it's like the old digital cameras.
I know one thing, I have a gimbal and the thing that I love about it the most is the face tracking. It will actually follow you in your videos. And that's one of the biggest things that I use.
Yeah,
Oh, like for
That-
doing like Facebook Lives?
that comes with, I believe,
Yeah.
all, yeah. So with the app that this has, that this comes with, they will also do face tracking. So if I'm doing a presentation right now, I can set this up. I'll show you guys. I can set this up, I can have it track my face, and then anywhere I move, it'll move.
So are you recording in the app then? So you have those features?
Yeah, yeah, you record in the app and have the features pretty much. That
Then it
unlocks,
saves your.
yeah, then it saves directly to your phone. You can also just use your regular camera.
The
But the app
gimbal
has a
app,
couple extra
there's
features.
an app for that device.
Mhm, yeah, they come, yeah.
There's an app for it. Here's a question for that. Does that require you to be connected to Wi-Fi then?
No, you can use it anytime. It just connects to your phone. So if
Check
I'm,
it out.
I can.
yeah, if I'm doing a presentation here. Yeah.
All Bluetooth.
It is cool.
Right.
And then one other thing you may want to consider is getting a shotgun mic attachment or a lapel, depending on if you're how you're talking.
Those are good, yeah. That is true. He knows what he's talking about. He's done a couple of these. So if you want to really get crazy, yeah, you can get attachments for your phone, pretty much microphones that will make your audio sound better. It'll automatically attach it to your video. That will also take your videos to another level if you are speaking them. So yes, that is a really good point actually too. When people ask me what camera they should get because they want better photos, video and all that, I usually stop them and have them backtrack a little bit because cameras get really expensive really fast. And most of the times, most people just want better looking stuff, especially video nowadays. And so that's all you want. You just want your content to look a little bit better, especially when you're showing a house around, whatever. You don't need a $2,000, $4,000 camera. I think I spent like $4,000 or $5,000 on my camera. Like it gets expensive really fast. You don't need that. You can just spend $100 and then you can get the same results.
Anything with an iPhone 6 or above has the camera quality that you need to do the filming. If you got Android, let's go with the Samsung, an S7 or above has everything you need camera wise. You don't need to go anything fancy. And if you don't have an extra phone, you can pick up used ones on Amazon super cheap. You just use those as a second phone and make them Wi-Fi only. You don't even have to have a subscription, don't have to have a plan or anything.
Yeah. Very good. Very good tip right there. I actually have a client that just started doing that too. Picked up a second phone just so he has something to record on, something he can set up and record on. So that is a very good point. Any questions on that?
Just buying them for $60 for.
Yeah, they're really not expensive for what you're getting. And again, these are the same, this is the same technology as the big ones that go for $2,000. So
Hey, next presentation, you should have a QR code with your affiliate link, just send it.
I appreciate that. I should actually, I really.
I've been thinking this whole time.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good commercial.
Good idea, actually. I'm gonna add that onto my next one.
Very good. And you can find all about them right here.
Yeah, and you can get them, you can pick them up right here. That is a very good point. I will be doing that for my next one. Everybody has photos of this? Go back to you guys.
And I'm guessing there's more features. You just have to kind of mess around with it.
There's tons of features.
Oh.
In CapCut, there's tons of features. You have all kinds of
Michelle,
things.
you
that
have
you-
CapCut? So he showed us to download the app, it's free, and then he showed us them kind of your video really fast that goes slow and fast. Because she's really good at social media and I think she'll love it. So this is Mainly's listing. And you know how he speeds it up and slows it down?
Actually pay somebody to do that for us.
He does that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
No,
But he's
we
still-
all
he
do
does
that.
do that.
Yeah, you guys, yeah. So if you guys want, you can come up and I can re-show you. We have a little extra time. We're almost done. We have a little extra time since we had to cut out some of it. If
He
you
was
guys-
gonna do one of these live is what he's talking about.
Yeah.
We messed up screen sharing this phone.
We couldn't figure it out. But yeah, I wanted to take you guys around the office, film one of these and edit these in front of you. That way you can see how fast it actually is.
Oh, okay.
So
Really
Cool
is for
stuff.
some of us, just really scary and then we just don't do it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
this is super helpful.
especially when you open up CapCut and you see 20 different options on the bottom.
You're like, oh,
It's even for me, I recognize a lot of it because they just take features from like professional grade software. But still, even for me, it's a lot. And so if you know what you're looking for, you can get directly to this. That alone will help so much. If you guys want, you guys can take photos of this. That way you can try it out later in CapCut. It's just walking you through the process of how to actually make those adjustments.
CapCut has great videos. If you click the tutorial down at the bottom, or you go up to the upper right and click the help has the shorter version of the videos.
I didn't know you had an assistant, did you?
Have you done photography or video in the past?
Yeah, I'm also an actor as well. So we use a lot of this when I'm out on a set. I need to do an audition for another role. I use this on my phone when I don't have my computer in front of me, because I have professional stuff at home that I use for editing. CapCut is the best that's out there right now for what you're able to do for free. And I highly recommend getting familiar with it because it makes it so much faster. When you are out doing the videos, you're doing an open house, you can do your video, sit there, edit this, post it up, and you're done.
Hey, Mark, in the future, when somebody asks you if you do video, your answer should be, no, people video me.
I started out behind the camera, so it's a yes for both.
was gonna add to him too, just even going on YouTube and having other people's, everyone knows different things too, and getting YouTube videos or.
Yeah, it is true. YouTube videos are very easy to pull up. They have short ones, 5-minute ones. If you want a lot more detail, they have plenty of long ones, 20-minute ones. So there are definitely options here, but at least this way you guys know what you're looking for to get directly to this. So
The other cool part is if you're filming in horizontal instead of portrait mode. So you're taking your YouTube video, because it shoots in a 16:9 format, you can actually reformat it so it can go TikTok. It just cuts off the ends.
that is true. Yeah, CapCut has a ton of features like that. So it is the
And you
best
can
right now that you
compile clips and it put a photo in the middle and.
You can add multiple clips together. That's another thing. That's what I'll touch on the next slide, but you can add multiple clips
But
together.
it's only for video, right? You can't like
You can use
put
photos.
picture, okay.
Yeah, you can
That's
use photos.
Oh, it just said share to TikTok.
There you go. Yeah.
That's because I just changed the resolution in the screen.
Yeah, so I believe it uploaded it to your phone. It like actually finalized it and saved it as its own video, but you can still keep editing it.
So what's the catch? You don't charge you?
It's totally free. Yeah, I don't know. I was expecting.
No
It's
advertising.
kind of like the apps, they give it for free at first and then when everyone gets
Yeah.
addicted.
Or they have features on.
Yeah, or maybe they have features. The versions
Coming out soon.
Yeah, as far as I've used it, they've never charged and they've only gotten better.
They just use your footage for whatever they want.
Yeah, they just sell it to China and, you know,
Touch, but
Yeah. I figure out.
yeah. They're also connected with TikTok, so I'm sure TikTok and them have a deal going on because they do work together.
Well, it's like Canva has a ton of free options,
Yeah.
but then you have to start adding on,
Yeah.
so.
So with this next slide, I wanted to give you guys a couple ideas. Now you have the tools. You don't have to just do home tours. As some of you guys already do, you can get creative, you can talk to the camera, you can do whatever you want to do. The most important thing is to just keep posting and try and post good stuff where you can. One thing I've done with clients before is like a home maintenance video. You know, if you're just new and moving into your house, what are some tips for the people watching? You know, what do you need to do? Change your air filter, get whatever it is that you need for your new house. You can do buyer sellers tips when buying, market updates, interest rates, that kind of thing. There's plenty of options you can do as far as talking to the camera. If you want to do more videos for a house, you can also do that. You don't have to do the whole walkthrough. You can do just little snippets of the highlights, kitchen, master bedroom, that kind of thing. A huge thing I wanted to touch on, make it for the viewers. It's really easy to get caught up on like what we want, right? If I'm posting a video, it's my video, I'm making the video for my followers, for my clients. They don't care about you. To put it, you know, bluntly, they don't care about you. And if you notice, all the best videos that perform the best on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, when somebody's talking into the screen, they never concern the video. They never make the video about themselves. What I want to do, what I feel like, what you should do for me. They always make it about them, right? So if you talk
Pretend you're not a politician.
yeah, pretend you're not a politician. So if you talk about home maintenance, what you don't want to say is, I can help you with that. I'm a realtor. Come to me. I will help you for home maintenance. I will tell you what to do. They don't even want to know your name. They'll figure that out on their own if they want to. Just give them the tips. At the end, if you really want to leave your name, you can, but that's, you know, that's as much as I would do. Coming from somebody who used to niche in social media content. That's a huge tip that I feel like is very overlooked a lot of times when making content. I would take a photo of this. This is actually something we just developed right now, and it's something that we're going to be giving out to our clients so that they can give to their clients.
Can I share this slide deck with the group?
Absolutely, yeah. I can send you a copy of this too if you want. This is a ton of tips as to what you should do before you take the photos or videos, whether you're taking them or your photographer's taking them. So let's see, we have like the bathroom, keep the glass panels clean, keep the bottles out the way, right? Pull the seats down, that kind of thing. Don't leave any loose rolls of toilet paper on the counter. We have kitchen,
That seems pretty basic.
yeah, very basic, but you'd
Yeah.
be surprised how much of it ends up taking up a lot of time when you get everything in order.
Mhm.
So we have just general tips right here. And then on here is all the things you want to remove, right? So your kitchen, clutter from countertops, items on the fridge doors. Hanging dish towels, that's a big one, sponges, anything on the sink, caps, anything like that. So paper towel, rags. That stuff to remove. At the very end here is stuff you want to make sure you do before you get your shots. Wipe down the appliances, make sure everything looks clean, all the glass looks clean, all the, the fridge looks clean. Make sure all the lights are on, that's a huge one. I always open the curtains when I do photos, let as much natural light in as possible. It'll also help keep some of the resolution on your videos. Your camera doesn't have to work as hard to show the room, expose the room. What else do we have?
Do you shoot at 30 frames per second or 60?
Depends. If I'm shooting on my phone, I shoot 30. If I'm shooting on my camera, I also normally shoot 30. Sometimes I shoot 60, depends on the house. If I feel like I'm gonna have to slow down some of the footage later. But normally 30. That's a good. If you have the option to choose, you can do 30. If you want to do more slow motion, if you like that style, do 60.
So the higher the number, the slower.
The higher the number, the slower you can make it, and it looks good.
Yeah, so on your phone, if you go to your camera, you go to the video section and you hit the 16:9 button there, or is it, I figure it's the one to the right. Anyway, it'll give you options. You've got HD, UHD, FHD. So that when you go to the ultra high, it gives you a larger file size. So normally you just use the default, but you can choose between 30 and 60 on your default.
Is that on your normal camera? Is that what you're looking at?
On the phones, okay.
I never even noticed those.
So like 4K, HD, 30, 60, you can toggle it back and forth up top right.
Oh, that's right. I was on photo. That's why I wasn't seeing. It. Okay, cool.
On video, yeah.
That is true. Yep. That is true. HD, 4K. Yeah. 30 is normally what I shoot at, especially if I have people talking on camera. If you're talking with the camera, you can just leave it at 30. If you really want to do some slow motion stuff and want to get it very smooth, switch over to 60. Does everybody have a photo of this?
Yeah.
That way they can keep that for later. Cool. Any questions on this? As far as like what you can do to make your home look better? We're pretty good. I think it's cool. Cool. So to get to the end of my presentation, I want.
So you just moved into your new home. What we need to focus on is making sure that you have preventative maintenance, making sure that we can prolong this investment as long as possible. First important is we need to get batteries. Make sure that all your smoke detectors are taken care of. Second is we need to make sure that you have filters for your HVAC. Last thing you want to do is have that clogging up. You need to have that maintenance set in so your home that you just made an investment in lasts you.
Just be more social media, engage with social media. So that's what we're going to be helping you guys out with. Social media branding content, area tour guides, YouTube podcasts, long format video is what we are trying to get down. So every location, Utah, oh, I forgot to mention, we have multiple locations, by the way. We have this Utah location, we have an Anchorage, Alaska just pended, a Denver, Colorado just pended, and a Hawaii just pended. So every location has different talents. Most of us come from a video background, but we shoot differently. We've done different stuff. And so we've all done slightly different stuff. Now what we're working on is bringing it all together so we can have a well-rounded package with you guys. That way you guys can get the most for it. We're already offering this, we're still working on the packages. And so if this is something that you might be interested in, or if you just want more information on it, I'll be taking you guys' information down that we can keep in touch. We can set up like a discovery call, see if it's something that you want to do in the future. So that's what we have going on. And this is Blake from Keller Williams up in Layton. think he lives around here, actually. This is one video we did one time. And so this is kind of what it's looked like in the past.
For years to come.
Oh, I think it ended.
So you just moved into your new home. What we need to focus on is making sure that you have preventative maintenance, making sure that we can prolong this investment as long as possible. First important is we need to get batteries. Make sure that all your smoke detectors are taken care of. Second, we need to make sure that you have filters for your HVAC. Last thing you want to do is have that clogged up.
You got a very
maintenance set in. So
Because
your
the words
home
don't match
just
the mouth. I was like, wait,
investment
that's
and
something
less
else.
your
Yeah, no. And so the first video he posted got 3.6K, 3,000 views, almost 6. So that was a good sign. That was a sign that we did something right. And so, go ahead.
So you obviously help facilitate the video. Do you create the scripting and everything like that too, or how?
So because you guys are also the professionals and in real estate, you guys are the professionals, I work with you guys to create the scripts. So these, I will show up to the shoot with ideas or like direction that we can go as far as details and what you end up saying. That's your guys's. And then I help you format the wording. So instead of letting you say, hey, my name is I'm a real estate agent, and today I wanted to talk about, I'll be the one to tell you, don't say that. Just say, hey, you bought a new house. Okay, here's what you gotta do. So that's how it normally works out. That's the dynamic there.
That's good.
I'm
input,
seeing some of
because-
this stuff.
Yeah,
Have you? Yeah.
On my Instagram feed
really.
somehow.
Yeah, we did this a couple months ago. We just tested it out. I had never done this with an agent before, just with other companies. And so good to see that I got pretty good responsiveness.
Is a lot of that from hashtags or
I don't think you use any hashtags. on this
Hashtags
one.
are out now.
are they?
Yeah,
Oh,
They're
geez.
not very,
they don't help anymore.
they don't help.
Really? Wow.
And TikTok is such a weird platform that hashtags can help, but don't always help. Sometimes no hashtags perform better than hashtags on TikTok. So yeah, it's weird.
So do you help distribute it too, or you just do the?
So with this, they post it on their pages. I don't do the actual posting part. We just do the actual media and content part. Running ads, posting it, that's a different category of professional, especially since in copyright, but that's also what we're trying to incorporate with this branding package is we're trying to set you guys up so that you have things like descriptions already set up. Okay.
We all just really got distracted
Yeah.
by that sound. Like, wait, what's happening?
I thought she was gonna say something, so we just listened.
Uh-huh.
So that's the new stuff we got going on. So if you guys are interested, just let me know. I'll be around here after this. We'll talk about it. The next thing too is our knockout package. We made some improvements going into this next year. So what our knockout package is, it's a full service front to back package. It's our best one right now. It includes photos, it includes drone work, a social media home tour, MLS style, as well as cinematic home tour, MLS style, as well as the social media home tours like we've talked about today. It also includes virtual twilight photos edited, so even if we keep in the morning, we can kind of make it look like it's in the afternoon. That'll also give you more content to play with. All of our photo packages, go ahead.
Okay, so I just had experience with a photographer. I had to find someone new and they told me they couldn't do the drone work because it was too cold. Is that the case? I mean, I'm looking at this winter picture you got here, but that's your picture.
He was too cold. No, I'm just kidding.
They were saying that you can't fly when it's a certain temperature.
Yes and no, it depends who you ask. So if you ask somebody that goes by the books, they're gonna stop a lot sooner. They're not gonna be, just to play it safe. I don't do that. I just kind of risk it sometimes. But yes, there is a certain point where you
You
can't.
just put a
fly.
sweater on it and you're like.
Yeah, just put a sweater on it. No, there is a certain point where you can't fly anymore. It
Okay.
depends also on the drone, what they can handle.
Uh-huh.
The drones that they have. I have a DJI, the same brand as this right here, and they're pretty robust. So they can handle pretty high winds up to, I forgot what it is. I know they go about 45 miles an hour top speed. So I'm not sure what that would be in terms of what winds they can handle. But I do know there have been times where I had to bring the drone down because it's too icy.
Yeah.
And so the drone will come down and there's literally just a shell of ice on top of it. Same thing if it's
It's
snowing.
pretty cold and it's still flying.
Yeah.
They just basically said they tried a few times, oh, it's just too cold. I'm like, well, great.
Sometimes the drones don't cooperate. If it's too
Yeah.
cold, the camera might get stuck in place, it might shake, something like that. It's also dangerous in the sense of if it's snowing a lot, let's say, water is not the best for the drones. They can handle it, the DJIs can handle it, but you don't want to be flying them and getting them wet.
It was honestly in the 40s and I didn't understand. I just didn't understand it.
You might just be playing safe, I don't know.
Okay,
You might have just been playing safe, but yeah, that is a possibility if it's really
Okay.
icy or really snowy or even really windy.
okay.
Again, also depends on the drone he has. But so yeah, that includes photos, it includes drone work, an MLS style cinematic home tour, which are the regular slow ones to let you see the whole house that you see on the MLS a lot. The social media home tour that we see here, optionally, it also has a virtual tour, a 3D virtual tour, so like Matterport or Zillow home tours. Some clients don't like using those, so they'll just opt out of them and we'll cut the price a little bit to accommodate for it. We're also starting to post on YouTube now. We started a YouTube channel. We're going to be posting your guys' listings as well. That way we can try and get as much attention as possible. All of our photo packages come with marketing kits, which will recycle all the photo in the video that you use, and it'll automatically recycle and apply your information and some text over it that you can't edit as well. So for example, if you have a photo that you took with the, or we have a photo that we took for your listing, you can turn it into a flyer, a printable flyer, or you can turn it into a social media graphic for Instagram, Facebook. It automatically sets it up so that it's a story template, the long format, vertical. Same thing with the video. If we take video, it'll reuse some of it, put some text over it, that way you guys can do stuff like new listings, under contract, sold, that kind of thing. We've updated those. So that's always going to be included with this. And so for you guys specifically, because we're in this presentation here, I'm going to be giving you guys 50% off on your first one. That way you guys can try it off. This applies to you guys and for your first one. Any questions on that?
How long does it take you from the time that you go to the house to get it to us?
24-hour turnaround. Yeah, so normally by like 10 a.m. you'll have an email send it out to you. Yeah, so
That's
yeah.
amazing.
So I have an editing team that helps me edit while I'm shooting, pretty much. Yeah, the virtual tour, the social media home tours, I film those myself right now. Eventually my editing team will help me out, but even those are 24 hours. I just do those right after the shoot. They don't take too long. But yeah, 24 hours on everything. We're also, that's one thing we're working on to do.
So you just moved into your new home. What we need to focus on is making sure that you have preventative maintenance, making sure that we can prolong this investment as long as possible. First important is we need to get batteries. Make sure that all your smoke detectors are taken care of. Second is we need to make sure that you have filters for your HVAC. Last thing you want to do is have that clogging up. We need to have that
I did this
so
one.
your
You can
home
do something
just
like this on CapCut.
need an
I did it
investment.
on my software. I use Adobe Premiere Pro. I've used that for like 7 years, so it's easier for me than to use an app.
Right, because it does a lot of like close out,
You
But-
can do that on CapCut though, yeah. That,
mess around with it enough, learn it.
yeah, that is CapCut is definitely capable of that. I just don't use it because I'm faster on my program.
Right.
Than on an app. But yes, so even that you're capable of doing with CapCut. Zooms in, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, it just gives it another level of professionalism there. Like
Add
somebody,
Bless you for years.
yeah,
When it cuts in a little closer.
So you just moved into your new
makes it
home.
more.
What we need to focus on is making sure that you have preventative
All that's
maintenance,
doable.
making sure that we can prolong this investment as long as
It would just be
possible.
separate.
First important is we need to get batteries.
Separate
Make sure that
tutorials.
all your smoke detectors
So that's our knockout package for you guys and for the people on Zoom too. I can get you guys some information. I'll be giving you guys 50% off on your first one. That way you can try it out. See if you like it. If you have a listing coming up or later on. Either way, we'll
What's the
stay in
name of
touch.
your company? Oh,
Just PENDED Utah. So Just PENDED Media is the company that umbrellas everything. And we have different teams, Just PENDED Utah, Hawaii, Denver. This will take you to my homepage. It'll also have
Oh.
booking information as well. if you can't, if you do try and book something and you can't schedule something, we're making some updates to my website. And so I think my calendar got disconnected from it, so it'll just have you call me. But for your first one, go through me, that way I can get you guys a discount. And that is pretty much my presentation. That's what I wanted to cover, what we have going on, how you guys can get better content, and what branding is and why it's important.
Okay.
So.
Anybody on Zoom have questions? Comments?
You can say how much that.
You guys good on there?
Yeah, how much is the package that you're talking about?
This one with the virtual tour, it's about $700. Without the virtual tour, it's about $600. Or yes, virtual tour, like the 3D Matterport Zillow home tours. So that's what they are, normal price.
Knockout package.
That's the knockout package. That's the full service one, pretty much. I think that's Maylee's also, Maylee's Kitchen. And
So you're creating the reels and then we post them, you're not posting them for us.
yes, you guys still post them, but everything will be created. And then, so let me also show you guys this real quick. Forgot to mention this. So like this right here is part of our marketing kit. So there'll be different templates and layouts. You can change what it says. This says for sale, but you can change it. It'll automatically put the address of the home right there. It'll put your name and phone number, contact information right there.
It's a templated overlay.
It's a template. It'll plug and play everything. If you have a headshot you want to use, it'll plug and play that. You can change the photo, you can change the layout, the font. But if you don't want to, if you just want to plug and play, it'll be ready for you guys. So that's pretty much what we do.
Awesome.
Any other questions that you guys might have?
He's gonna stick around for a little bit too. He's got a little bit of time before he has to go for his.
Yeah.
Half hour?
Yes, about half hour.
For contact information,
It's that package that you were talking about.
it just brings me to the website, right?
It should.
This is-
Contact that time.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Well, I'll look at that later. So
I just want a name and.
I'll get it to you. It should be on there. I'll find it for you. Hey, guys, on Zoom, we actually have a sponsor in, so we're gonna move to our sponsor little presentation and introduction. Josh Cavalier's been here before, my buddy, Silverback Home Warranty.
I wore my black shirts.
Yes. He saves one just for this occasion, so I'm gonna stop this share. More, you guys stick around on Zoom just for a second. Thanks for coming in again and for lunch. As with anything, a lot of the times with the companies that we use, it's the representative we go through that's the most important, so we keep having you back.
Yeah, appreciate it. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys letting me be here. I know most of you, some new faces. I'll talk about a very general what we offer, and then one thing that's specific that I've shared before, but it's super important in this market that we do to help out. So I've got little brochures back there that you can look at details of our policies and what they cover. But we do 3 buyer plans, $400, $500, and $600. We do a free rekey for all clients, which is super important. You never know if the sellers gave you all the keys. So I've got these coupons that you can take for your next buyer, do as a gift from you. That's if they get the lower plans. If they get the top plan, it comes included. We do new construction plans. So if you have people that went under contract 10 months ago or 12 months ago, however long builders are taking nowadays, know that we can do a new construction plan. So they cover year 1. We do years 2 through 4. We also do free listing coverage. So it's a value add when you're listing a property. So lots of different, and then we also do multifamily. One of the things that's been really prevalent, how many of you have had closings recently with concessions? Few, right? Something we didn't have 2 years ago, right? Didn't even exist. So an offering that we have, we can actually help with those concessions. They can cause headaches to lenders. Who's paying for it? Who's doing the work? Like, when's the money coming through? Unless they're going like FHA and it's required to do the fixing before closing, right? We can't really help out there, but if they're just trying to get the property to close, we can actually take on those funds. So say they're getting $3,000 for carpet and they have $600 in the contract for a warranty. We can put in a policy for $3,600 and notate there a $3,000 credit for carpet. And then we help to facilitate getting that carpet taken care of post-close. We have a small 5% handling fee, but that's minor compared to getting the transaction closed or missing out on the house. So that's been a huge value. I'm doing them all the time now, to be honest with you. Saved a few deals doing that. So super important, keep that in your back pocket. If they aren't getting a home warranty from the sellers, we do have to put a warranty in place in order to be able to do that. So if they're only getting 3,000 and not money for a warranty, we would allocate the first 600 for a warranty and the rest.
Explain what that looks on the website where that 36.
So in section 10, say it says buyers not asking for a home warranty or no money was included in section 10, so no home warranty is being provided. But they're getting a $3,000 concession for carpet. We would put in a home warranty for $3,000 at that point. The first 600 would be used towards a home warranty policy. The remainder amount would be used for a carpet credit.
So what I'm thinking of is, let's say there is a home warranty and they have $3,000 credit. Where do you put that to where that 3,000 comes to you versus?
So you in like in an addendum, you would put $3,000 home warranty or additional 3,000 towards home warranty is how we do it on an addendum. And then in our notes, we put in on the order 600 for the policy, 3,000 for carpet credit. Does that make sense?
And then your guys.
Yeah, and then we handle, yeah, I mean, most clients want to get their own bids, want to use their own contractors. We have contractors that we work with, not for every single trade. So we're trying to build that out more, but a lot of times clients will just go get their own bids. And then we will send the money to the contractor.
Is this fairly new offering that you do?
We've been doing it for a couple of years, but it hasn't been prevalent, right? Like we started it and then the market got ridiculous. Right, the market got crazy, so there was no concessions, and then it's become more. I mean, we had one for $20,000 for a roof. And the lender was like, I'm not accepting a $20,000 concession, so we just put it through the home warranty, had the handling fee on it. And they had the money for the roof.
So it's almost like a free thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And so instead of having to figure out where that money is going on the lending side, we just put it through the home warranty and then we help.
So instead of like putting it with them in an escrow with title or whatever?
No, it goes.
No, I'm saying instead.
Yeah, because a lot of times with title, they've got to get it off their books within 60 days. We want it off our books as quickly as possible as well. But we have a rule of thumb just within the first year of the policy, it has to be off the books. Title usually is a requirement, 60 days. And there's a few other, and not every title company wants to do that. So
I just didn't know.
when your title company doesn't want to do that, we can help to facilitate it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's just something to keep in your back pocket and
For
if
sure.
it comes up.
Yeah.
It might just come up.
It's gonna come up now that you know about it, it's gonna come out. And I have agents that use it even when they could just do a normal concession. It's just so much easier to not have to deal with the lender on it. I mean, obviously they're talking to their lender, but they just push it through the warranty because the service part of it is so much easier. So the last thing I'll mention, I've been listening to this podcast. It's called Build a Lifestyle. I'm an agent here in Utah, and I really love the podcast in relation to Team Limitless and a limitless lifestyle. There's a saying that he says consistently, he says, stay loyal to your potential. And I really love that because we all have a limitless potential. Oftentimes we box ourselves in and say, I'm not worthy of that. I'm not big enough to do that. I can't handle that. But all of you are worthy of that. Whatever it is that you want in life, you can go get it. I'd love to be a part of that, whether that's as a friend or as a vendor partner in helping your clients. But go grow and build the life you want. That's all I got. Yeah.
How does your coverage differ from the 2 years to the 4 on new construction versus normal coverage?
So on our sheets, if you grab one, it's our black back coverage. So the $400 plan is what it would be on our years 2 through 4. We do have offer, that's our standard, which is $525 for a single family. If you wanted our King Kong package, which is the highest package on a normal one, it's $665 for the 3 years of coverage. So we now just started offering all 3 plans of coverage. The only reason we weren't for a while is because like your refrigerator, your washer and dryer are all brand new and they all have manufacturer warranties. We had so many people just wanting the shower heads and all these different things covered that the 400 doesn't. So we started offering the top plan.
Okay,
So,
cool.
yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Kylie, Mark, we'll talk to you later. Call me if you need anything.